What are your goals for the new year? Let's take a look at how to set goals that you'll actually follow through on. I'm Dr. Nishi Bhopal. I'm a physician specializing in integrative psychiatry and sleep medicine. If one of your goals is to improve your sleep this new year, I invite you to download my free holistic sleep guide. The guide is available at IntraBalance.com/sleep guide. The link is also available in the video description. Do you set New Year's resolutions? If so, do you stick with them? Research shows that about 80% of New Year's resolutions fail and that most people give up by mid-February. Goal setting and motivation is a huge topic, so I thought I would just share a few tips that might be helpful as we enter the new year. Personally, I like to think of setting goals for the new year rather than setting New Year's resolutions because I feel like the word resolution kind of feels a little bit rigid, whereas goals have a more positive intention behind them. We'll look at two frameworks for goal setting, and it's important to have some sort of a framework to help you set your goals in a specific way because studies show that people who set very specific goals with a plan are 2 to 3 times more likely to actually follow through on those goals. James Clear has some really great information on habits and goal setting, so if you want to take a deeper dive into this, I recommend checking out his work. The first framework I'll talk about is SMART goals. You may have used these in the workplace setting or professional setting or with project management and whatnot, but you can also apply this framework to personal goals like improving your sleep, like eating healthier, learning French, and so forth. SMART goals stand for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. You want to be specific about the goal. So for example, if the goal is I want to get more sleep this year, a more specific way of framing that would be to say I want to get an average of 7 hours of sleep most nights between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. M is for measurable. So this refers to how you're going to measure your progress. And for the sleep example, maybe you're measuring it with a sleep diary or with some sort of a gadget or an app or a tracking device. I'll just make a quick note here though. With sleep specifically, if you spend too much time tracking it, it can actually be counterproductive. You can check out my video on orthosomnia to learn more about that. A is for attainable, and this refers to whether or not you have the tools and the information that you need in order to attain or achieve your goal. R is for relevant. How does this goal fit into your long-term plans? And how is it going to fit into your life? T is for time-bound or timely. And you want to put a timestamp on this. So for the sleep example, it could be that I'm going to work on this schedule for the next 4 weeks. Now, what the SMART goal framework is lacking is the emotion or the intention or the why behind your trying to achieve these goals. That's where the hard goals framework comes in, and this framework was developed by leadership expert Mark Murphy. Hard goals doesn't mean that they're hard to achieve necessarily, but H stands for heartfelt, A is for animated, R is for required, and D is for difficult. The first part of this framework is the H, which stands for heartfelt. There should be some emotion as to why you're trying to achieve this goal. What is your motivation behind it? What is the bigger why? What will this goal mean for you in your life? A is for animated. You want to have a very vivid, animated picture of what your life will look like as you work on this goal and as you achieve this goal. It should be so vivid in your mind like a movie. And having that vivid imagery and that picture in your head or that movie in your head is going to help you connect to why you're trying to achieve that goal in the first place. And it's going to help you stay motivated. R is for required. How is this goal required for you in your life to achieve your longer-term personal and professional goals? It should be such that you feel like you have no choice other than to take action on this goal. D is for difficult. The goal should be such that it takes you out of your comfort zone, but it shouldn't be so difficult that you're never going to achieve it or you're just not going to be able to do it. So there is kind of a sweet spot here. You want to find the right balance between being able to get out of your comfort zone, but not making it so hard that it's unachievable. Sticking to your goals does require a little bit of self-awareness, some introspection, and kind of like knowing how you get things done. It also requires a willingness to make the changes in your life in order to achieve the goals. If you're not ready to make the changes or sometimes the sacrifices that are necessary to achieve that goal, it may be time to reevaluate what goals you actually want to achieve. Another thing that can help you with goal setting is to attach the new behavior to something else that you're already doing. James Clear calls this habit stacking. You also want to make the goal easy for yourself in your environment. So set your environment up and your surroundings up in such a way that you don't have to think twice about creating that new behavior. Think about how you can set yourself up for success. Then have a contingency plan or backup plan of what you can do if things kind of go off a little bit so you don't get totally derailed. We have had a very challenging year. We've all had to be flexible over the past year, and so it's important to know how to be flexible without getting completely off track. And I also recommend with any new behavior to schedule it. I know personally if I don't schedule something, it's not going to get done. Put it on your calendar. Wishing you the utmost success as we enter this new year, wishing you the utmost success with your goal setting for the new year, and remember what's really important is progress over perfection. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to my channel so you can join the IntraBalance community and keep learning how to upgrade your sleep and well-being.